welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's North American time, as it will be TSM taking on Cognitive Gaming. Cognitive Gaming, their chances are still alive, much like London Conspiracy yesterday. Oh, yeah. So this is do or die for them.
Cognitive has to win today in order to stay alive. Winning today won't guarantee them a berth into the LAN, but it will prevent them from being kicked out.
Yep. If you guys are interested in some awesome clothing, Smite got clothing. You can get this awesome Norse free pin as well, $39.95. They're actually really comfortable as well. And the best part about this clothing is larges actually fit like a large. It's not like I hate the clothing that's like a large is kind of like a medium or an XL. It's so stupid, man.
Yeah, it's like Express.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird
Never
weird
been
stuff.
into that store once.
Yeah, DM Brandonville.
Yeah. Well, anyways, North American time, boys. Let's see where the standings have us currently at the top. Cloud9, the Smite World Champions at 3-1. AFK Gaming 3-1 as well. Right behind them, though, Team SoloMid 2-1. Denial Esports 2-2 after losing, and then Cognitive Gaming 1-2. So as we said, Cog Gaming, their chances are still alive here. Pretty much, if they win out, they have a shot at the LAN.
Right,
They
Cog's
have the shot.
Still mathematically in it. I don't think it's exactly in the cards, but we'll see if they play very well. Let's take a look at their profile right here to see what they're bringing to the table, trying to go ahead and get that win. Famous Hate, Herwin, Jigs, Mask, and Meerkat, all players that have been around the either professional scene or the very, very high-ranked scene.
Yeah, I really like this team. I think this team is going to continue to grow throughout Season 2, and I expect them to be a force to be reckoned with come Split 3. I really do, because right now what they excel at is like objective control, but they just lack a little bit of individual skill and really just comms on prioritizing who to kill in their team fights. So going up against Team SoloMid, though, is going to be tough. Team SoloMid right now looking very, very strong. After their loss to Denial, TSM switched everything up. They went from Divios playing Warriors to, okay, Divios, go ahead and play Guardians.
Yeah, Divios sort of the North American Xayah. We use a lot of Divios is the European. He's the North American Xayah, really just bringing everything to the soul lane, whether it be we've seen him play everything but Hunters.
Yep. So throughout the weekend, guys, make sure you're playing all the games. There's a big gem promotion going on. You want to get those first win games so you can buy stuff. It's important. Everyone likes free stuff. All you got to do is play to get free stuff.
It's always hard to win these weekends, though. I'll tell you that. You log in, you get all the people that haven't logged in all month, and they're just like ADC, Loki, lock, and you're like.
Last but certainly not least, throughout this game, we'll be giving away free stuff. First Blood, Triple Kill, Quadra Kill, Penta, and the Titan has fallen. We will be dropping skin codes throughout the entire broadcast.
You know, I see it. I like the Triple Kill. If you're going to go any flag.
I told you, the Triple Kill looks awesome.
It's kind of nice. I like First Blood, the single one, and I really like the Shimtar. But that's enough about the Fs. Let's get into the Ps and Bs, S.
You're the absolute worst. So, important to note here before we get into this game, TSM and Cloud9 are notorious for just playing against one another, but Cognitive Gaming is actually a part of that scrim circle as well, so Cog will be able to have accurate bans throughout against TSM and not be caught off guard.
I really like the play of Herwind is an interesting player for me right here. What I really like about Herwind is that he plays well, Scott. He doesn't always play 100%. Let's say he's a 90% player. He plays very well, but the downside is that when he doesn't drop it. He does not have what we call a quarterback's memory, quarterback amnesia. He remembers every play and he harps on it. He gets upset about it. And that's probably the Achilles heel of him. If I were to bring any negative, it's that, not a gameplay thing. So, as you said, we're both looking to see this team grow. If Herwind fixes that mentality, which is easier said than done, Scott, I think this mid lane for Cognitive Gaming has the potential to pop off completely.
Yeah, well, Sylvanas, Thor get banned out. Target bans over to Team SoloMid. That's going to free up Athena. Athena, this could be a solo Athena going to Divios. We've seen that happen already once, which would mean that Geb would have to be picked up for Ionic. But I would expect to see Ionic actually on Athena this game.
Yeah, Ionic plays a very, very good Athena. You know, something interesting is that we see the Thor banned out on the side of the Red Squad, Cognitive Gaming, or rather the Sylvanas, because, interesting, Team SoloMid has never won a game with Sylvanas.
Which is the exact opposite of what happens in their scrims. Right? But they've never won a game with Sylvanas. I'm assuming he was played in one?
He was played in 3 different games.
Wow.
And they've never won a game with him with Sylvanas in the support role or anywhere. So it's interesting that they ban him out. Either more work has gone in recently this past week, or COG hasn't done their homework.
Yeah. Well, Geb and Batz, a monster in the jungle. He gets some play in the solo lane, but we've started to see him kind of get pushed into the jungle more now a little bit. Geb's still very strong. Poseidon's going to get picked up. That's going to be on Boosh. No shocker here, guys. If Poseidon's free, Boosh is going to take him. This is his Raw already. In Split 1, it's all about Poseidon with Boosh, and Bastet's going to get picked up. Now, I don't think we've ever seen Gars play Bastet.
No, we haven't, and it's very different from what we're used to seeing at Gars. Gars does very successful on gods like Batz and Thor, setup-oriented gods. He's not really a player that wants to just 1v1 me, mate. He's not a... Yeah. We don't really see the true assassin style come out from him like we do some of the older junglers along the lines of like Laz's and Shing. Those where we really see the Lokis and the Bastets. So it should be interesting. Gars, definitely one of the top-tier junglers in our league. So we'll see if he's able to change his mentality and play a different style of jungler.
Giannis gets banned out. They don't want to deal with the global presence there, as well as on her. Direct shot at Snoopy. Obviously, they're looking for their hunter player, Team SoloMid. So we'll see who they acquire. We still have Cupid on the board. Still have Artemis as well. Aphrodite gets picked in. DM, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're jumping up and down. It finally happened, man.
DM just spilled Izzy all over his Whole Food bags and his Express clothes. Aphrodite, one of the as we keep saying, DM Brandon's pet pick, but for good reason. Just Aphrodite brings a lot to the team, and here's what I'm looking at specifically: Aphrodite and Xbalanque paired up. Aphrodite, you see her a lot come out with these hyper carries, Scott, sort of protect the Kali, protect the whoever. Well, if it gets late game enough, Xbalanque right up there, just like a Freya.
Well, final pick here. Divios, he could go Warriors. Nope. Goes with the Hades. We saw Hades in a couple of games so far from Divios. Divios has played him very, very flawlessly throughout everything. So the matchup, as Hercules is going to get picked up as well. So that is actually going to be an Aphrodite mid, and then a Hercules solo. Yeah, Hercules solo.
I'd rather see the Hercules go in the middle lane. I don't know if that's how it'll work out. Herwin will play that Aphrodite mid, but I would prefer the Hercules mid, and I'll tell you why, Scott. So Herwin bringing this Aphro to the mid lane has the clearly with the birds. She's safe with the ultimate, but I'm not really afraid of taking mid camp harps away from her. I'm just not. You know, you're going to stun me, I guess. I'm not really afraid of it. Hercules, on the other hand, I'm not going anywhere near your mid camp.
Yeah, that's going to be the story here. So Whirlwind is going to have a very difficult time securing these mid harpies, pretty much going up against the Boosh. So Whirlwind's going to be forced to use Undying Love after the Boosh throws down Whirlpool as well as a Kraken. So regardless of the rotations that Cognitive is going to throw out there, it's going to be very difficult. I mean, fortunately, they do have Mask. So Mask will be able to link up with Aphrodite, and then they'll go in, and that's going to be a Fear No Evil, which could deter some of the fight. But when you mix in Athena in there as well, it's going to be tough. Now, it's also important to note that we've never seen Gars on Bastet. Bastet, very strong from level 7 to 14, which is right around the second Harpy rotation as well. If he gets rolling and he gets active early on, which he's known to do, this is going to be very hard for COG.
Definitely an uphill battle for the team in red. Team SoloMid in blue on the left-hand side of your screen. Bastet, what she brings to the table early is the ability to steal. We're not going to see that out of Gars this time around. If you pick up that pounce, clearly, I mean, the way the mechanic works is you jump in, you push the button again to jump out. It makes her very, very strong at stealing these early camps. Usually that's what we see out of Bastet. We're not going to see it this time. Maybe it's just too predictable at this level of play. Yep. I don't know, Scott.
Yep. Well, Divya starting off with the Tiny Trinket. Taking a look at the mid lane, though. Boosh versus Whirlwind. Aphrodite, she's got the early pressure already. She's got the lane shoved up. Switching over into the solo lane, though. Divios and Gars early on, they're not going to have any real problem here. Batz already rotating out of this one. Boosh has to be careful here. He doesn't have a ward down. Overhand smash could do some, but he's just going to use it to clear the wave.
Clears the wave, no problem. Damage coming out. Really, I expected a little bit more here, Scott.
Yeah, same. I thought that was going to turn in a much different scenario. Solo lane action, though. Athena was able to hit it. Heart Bomb's going to be down on Jigs. Do they have the follow-up? The minions are helping him out. Might be first blood. How is he still alive? No, Yannick's not letting it go. Oh, you got to. The tower hurts. It's too early, man.
It is too early.
We're not even 90 seconds into the game.
That tower will definitely hurt.
Hell, the minions.
Yes.
The minions alone. Jigs was able to live. He's burned through his pots, though. Always
dashed in. That's what we're looking for. This is the exact play they did last time. Dash from the Cupid into the casual taunt.
Wow, that was only one pot.
Yeah.
Wow, pots are OP.
But this time they were used to. This time they were ready for it. As I said, they did the same play. So a little bit more preparation there. Stun. Birds are off the mark, but they clear the wave. So just going for the safe clear in the middle is Herwind.
Oh, good dodge there from the overhand smash coming out of Gars. Gars now still rotating out here. We are 50 seconds away. Taking a look at Hercules versus Hades. You can see Divios still just bullying the lane. He once told me, have you seen how big the auto attacks are from Hades? You can't miss them.
Of course, they're all the same size.
I know, right?
But it seems, I know exactly what you're talking about, and everybody at home does. They just feel larger. Actually, fun fact, Aphrodite's basic attacks go longer than everybody else's. They travel 5 units further. Don't ask me what a unit is.
Yep.
That weird.
That's our standard of measurement.
Our unit.
Yeah.
Ultimate. Right hand side. Hades doing what he can. Not really looking for a kill right here, Scott.
Is he going to be taken out here?
He's
got to be careful. He's going to be able to heal off the wave, which is going to be big as well, and he's going to go ahead and get out of there. He has to avoid the knock-up, and he does. Divios still managing to stay alive. Hercules giving him some trouble in the lane. Harpies went up. They went to TSM. Both sides.
Both sides go to TSM, which is a big, big boost for them, especially with Bastet being a part of that, Scott. Being able to get her solidly on point in this mid-game is very important because these cats really, the ultimate coming out from Bastet, they apex a lot earlier than some of the other ultimates you'll see in this game, specifically Hades and the Poseidon ultimate. So Bastet needs to be effective now. Yeah. She needs to start doing things minute 6, minute 10. That's where you want to see her. You want to be afraid of getting those kills or those deaths on a Bastet in those second and third mid-Harpy fights.
Dude, Meerkat is really controlling this lane fantastically with Hercules. He knows the matchup front to back here versus Hades. He knows what to expect. Everyone has dealt with Hades so much, and as you're grinding up to a level 30, you play a bunch of Hades, and then eventually you realize, okay, I got to get away from his auto attacks.
Hades definitely a force to be reckoned with in Season 2. No real changes to him, Scott. Actually suffered a nerf prior to Season 2, but still we're seeing him come out. You know, it's interesting. Hades, the community asks for Hades buffs or changes all the time, and hi-rez responds, hey man, Hades as he gets kicked under tower.
Oh, wow.
This might be bad. Nope. Able to get out of there.
Oh, no, he's in trouble. Fear No Evil comes in as well. Athena ult coming in.
Nope.
Isn't able to get down. First blood goes to Cognitive Gaming. The dream lives. Gars is here as well as the Bush. This is going to be a big Kraken. Kraken hits. There's one. Looking for the follow-up, though. Will Mask go down as well? Bush doesn't have it, and now you're going to see the rotation coming out of Cognitive Gaming. They're pushing forward here. Hurlwin's going to see Gars. Gars does have the speed buff, so he's just going to look. Throws down the slow as well. Are they really? There's no way.
No.
There's no way.
They can't find it.
They're not that confident.
I mean, confidence is what unfortunately got Divios killed. That was strictly overconfidence. There's no reason for you to be past that mid.
No way. Is it?
Yeah, the dot.
Wow.
I mean, this is what Team SoloMid does so well. They respond to first blood, but this just in. Panthera, team that just barely missed the European SPL. They got beat out by I believe, London Conspiracy. They just beat out the European Challenger Cup just now. So congratulations to hi-rez for coming up above Elo Fishers, Lydia's team, and taking the crown first place for the European Challenger Cup.
Boosh goes ahead and gets stunned out here. They start to push up, though. Fields of Love's going to be good. Famous Eight trying to get away. Snoopy, he's got to hit the auto attack. Wasn't able to do so. Whirlpool's here as well, looking for the follow-up. He jumps in. Whirlwind's able to take that kill, getting Aphrodite online. Looks like they will continue to push forward here. Not sure they have that. And now Garz is kind of be lingering right by that. He's got the slowdown, but Whirlpool's going to be there as well. And he's going to go ahead and go for the Xbalanque ultimate as well, forced to jump out. Boosh now rotating. He's got the Kraken. Wow, that's big. Harpy's going to Cognitive Gaming. Dude, they're going toe-to-toe with him.
Yep.
Very well. In fact, I would say they're winning the solo lane for sure.
Yeah, they're definitely winning the solo lane. And I mean, this is not...
Woo!
Harpies, all right. But, Scott, I mean, it's really no surprise. Divios has not been the powerhouse that we're used to seeing recently. He's suffered a number of losses thus far.
I disagree with that. I think
Yeah?
I think it's mainly because how he has to go against double assassins.
Okay.
He's not someone who likes to go against double assassins.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, well, if I can go Guardians and just get a kill and 5 assists and my team wins, then that's me doing my job.
Of course.
He just likes tanky players. That's it. Instead of molding to kind of like the Cyclone Spin meta, he's just like, well, this is how I'll battle.
I'll just out-tank.
So it seems like he's not doing as well, which stat-wise he probably isn't. But I think as a whole for his team, I think he's doing just fine.
Yeah. I feel like him losing lane has been happening a little bit more frequently, but I definitely am on board with what you're saying. He's adapted to the assassin meta in a very different way. He's gone the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Just like he did with that Hercules boulder, just dodging it. So he's gone the opposite direction, which, honestly, you know Divios very well.
Oh yeah.
That's very Divios.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna do I'm gonna do the opposite of what everybody else is doing, and it's gonna work.
Little 15-year-old monster, man. Divios, he's got teleport as well. Chooses the Magi for the damage down the way. Boosh also going with that. No shocker. Cloud9 and TSM. These guys, they love the big damage. They love doing everything, and then they go right into Warlock Sash. There is really no deviation, regardless of the god they bring into the mid lane. Which I don't know. What do you think about that?
Warlock Sash is just so. It's popular for a reason, it provides so much tankiness, not in the way of protection, just health and stats, etc., providing you in the mid lane where you are the most ganked. Every 3 minutes, you're going to have a 3v3 situation in your mid lane. You have to be careful. You have to be tanky a little bit, and that's why we see so much Warlock Sash in the middle lane.
Yeah, well, Jotun's getting ready, started up here on both junglers, you can see. Hunback's actually having the advantage here. He's 1-1-1, up by about 300 gold, which is going to help him out a bit. Harpy's getting ready to come up at around 9:15. That'll be the next point of engagement unless Ionic wants to get involved here. They have the timer on the purple buff. He's really just trying to zone him out here, which is going to be good for him. Ionic, a player who we always talk about because he's always impressing everyone every game.
Yeah, Ionic definitely. One of the big points about Ionic is when the Warrior meta came around, Ionic did not do that. Ionic continued playing his Guardians and suffered rightfully so as Hades takes the tower in the solo one. So we see Ionic playing the Guardians all throughout the SPL powered by Cursed Voice, really just forever. Even when Warriors came up, he continued playing these Guardians.
Yeah.
So now that the Guardians are back, Scott, he's got all this practice. He's doing it.
Yep. Now both Harpies going to Cognitive Gaming. I think TSM has gotten one set of Harpies, and that's it. I really don't see it, but a fight's going to be forced out. Cat's going to hit as well. Bush dodges the boulder. He's going to get knocked up, though. He's going to get hit with a driving strike as well. Divios rotates in. We're on board with him. Look at that. Fearless. Wow.
That's how you play Hades, ladies and gentlemen.
God.
That's how you do it.
The fear.
Too many times, and I mean...
Dude. No one has beats. That was a dream come true.
Yeah.
That... What the hell? That's like... You wrote a book and you wanted Hades to be the star, right? Like, no one has beats. Wow, that is absolutely heartbreaking for Cognitive Gaming, who has been winning this game so far.
You know what I like the most about that play, Scott, is that they played it, or they, meaning TSM. TSM played that as if everybody had beads. They played it correctly. Athena came in and got the taunt, which is going to shred beads.
Yep.
and then Divios came in. The style of Hades, that's how you have to play Hades. It's similar to how you have to play Tier. You have to come in second because everybody's going to beads or magi's your everything away from you, right?
Yeah.
So Hades comes in secondary, and you know who the first person that I saw play at a professional level Hades do that? Anatoly.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Pon. That play looked just like Pon-Pon's from whatever event it was that he competed at. He shows it to me like every day.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, man, back in the day when I used to play. But interestingly enough, Divios goes back. He sells his Vamp Shroud and finishes off Warlock Sash next. Stacking items, so you're going to see him in lane. He also took the Tier 1 tower pre-10 minutes as well. Switching into the mid lane, though, Aphrodite has her work cut out for her here versus the Boosh. She got an early kill, but that's not the story. This is the story. Cats are down. Hercules is down. Divios gets another kill. 4-1 and 2.
Man, Divios, we talked earlier about how this lane wasn't going his way because he suffered the first blood.
Right.
Scott completely turned it around. I mean, a large part of that, I do have to give credit to the character. Hades just wins lane against almost everybody. But Divios, the pilot right now, really doing what he's supposed to do, and we're going to see it, like I said, the lane dominance really goes to the character, but the team fight dominance that we're seeing right here, beautiful sphere into the damage coming out, waiting for his team to follow up with it, that goes to the pilot, Divios the Canadian.
Yep. Boosh now rotating back here. He's got Gars lingering on the side. They're just going to shove this up. They're all getting close to Divios because Hades, once he has the Blight on, he can help. And then Xbalanque ultimate comes down as well. Ionic could be in a little bit of trouble here. The follow-up's there. The Karaku's going to do a lot. And now here comes the follow-up. Divios slides in. Fear No Evil is going to do so much. It was a perfect execution there. Stops the fight. Hunbatch, a.k.a. Mask, is your MVP to delay that.
Credit to Team SoloMid as well. I mean, all credit goes to Cognitive Gaming there. But got to give a shout-out to Team SoloMid. Ionic completely in the just... not in the wrong spot to any of his own decision-making. Cog forced him there with Hercules and etc. But Team SoloMid followed up just enough to allow their Guardian to escape. So good teamwork right there coming out from Team SoloMid.
Yep. Ionic, you know, it's always weird. Well, hold the phone here as Divios probably going to get himself another kill. He's on a rampage. He's 5-1. But Ionic, you know, when I watch him stream, all these pro players, I imagine, like, locked in, right? Like, lean forward, locked in. Ionic's, like, sitting back, relaxing.
Ionic is one of the most cerebral players in our league, Scott.
Yeah.
If you ever talk to him, he's a quiet-spoken dude that thinks a lot. And, I mean, honestly, look at the Guardians we have.
Yeah.
That's pretty much our Guardians.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, you know, you take a look at him, Jeff Handler. All right, Incon's a little different, but so
Incon
is Smashline.
he's his own unique guy.
That's why he has 27 kills a game.
Yeah, I love that kid. Man, how do you feel so far about Gars on the Bastet?
I'm liking it. And you know what I'm seeing actually, which is very, very difficult. The cat block. The cat block meaning you use the ultimate to really stop somebody from moving. It's not a stun, it's not a CC, but the cats will body block if done correctly. We're seeing that a lot, and all of a sudden, remember the question earlier was, can he use this 1v1 type assassin in the jungle? The answer is yes, because he's using Bastet in a very controlling way with those cats. So I like what I'm seeing. Very creative use of the cat coming out from the jungler for Team SoloMid.
Now the best part about this game so far for TSM is now Gars doesn't have to worry about Divios at all, who is getting pressured and pushed out. He's only going to rotate over there when the speed buff's getting ready to come back up, just because they have the timer on that. Now, granted, the blue buff is coming up as well. They might look to engage on this just to keep Hercules back, and that's going to be the call here. So they're going to steal this blue buff from him, but look at the rotation coming out of Cognitive Gaming. You have Heroine, Mask, Jigs all together, and this is going to be big. Ionic's going to get ready to ult in as well. Defender Olympus should be coming in any second. Here it is. It comes down. Cats are going to be there. Fear No Evil as well. Beautiful. Cognitive's going to do it. Gars has one. Looking for more. Gars still trying to live. Stays right into the whirlpool. So smart. Boosh gets himself a kill. Mass now. He's going to be taken out by just one auto attack here from the Boosh. My God. I really, you know, I don't know what you do versus TSM. I don't know who you ban out. I don't think it's junglers anymore. I really don't. I think you got to just take away comfort picks, which Poseidon gone, and then Do you deal with Hades?
I think you do deal with Hades, Scott. Like I said, Hades is very difficult to pull off correctly, and Divios, you know, one of the more premier players in our league, of course sponsored by Curse Voice. But even still, it's difficult. What we're seeing out of this play from a Divios, Scott, is extremely hard.
Oh yeah.
So, you know,
for sure,
you deal with that instead, because the chances of Divios making a mistake on Hades is a lot higher than a Kraken missing. You know?
For sure. Very, very true. Taking a look here, Snoopy, he's 0-1-0. He's level 16. He hasn't been involved in many fights because his orders are stay in lane, farm up. We want you to have an Executioner and a Nicovo before you even think about rotating into any of these team fights. Oh, yeah. Gold Fury has been attempted 1 time, 2 times actually.
1 time.
Nah, is it 1?
2 times.
Yep. It's small on the program feed. Dude, this
you didn't listen much to the Fujis in the 90s, did you?
Nope. Nope. I did not. Divios goes ahead and push forward. This game was such a turning point. Xbalanque Ultimate's going to come down as well. They're all going to stop. Athena Ultimate and Ionic just chooses Divios because why not? Blink Cataclysm comes in. This is going to be a 5-on-4. They want this fight. They have to get kills here. They're looking for it. The Cats come down as well. TSM still staying alive. Divios teleports back in. Fields of Love's going to be good. They're on Meerkat. Kraken hits 2. Meerkat's still alive. The ultimate is there as well. Divios is going to suck in.
Ouch.
And that's going to be another kill. Snoopy getting a kill. Divios not done yet. Forcing him out as well. Gars goes forward. Snoopy, he's got the heart bomb. The Michael Jordan fadeaway there. No looker. Ionic's going to zone him out as well. Tier 1 goes to TSM again.
That fight was all Cognitive Gaming, Scott. Cognitive had the positioning, they had the ultimates, they had the cooldowns. Unfortunately for them, they missed a couple of their key elements, and the fight went completely the opposite direction. Team SoloMid turns it around, takes the tower, takes the fight. Now you see that takes the graphs as well, Scott.
This game can all be boiled down to one scenario, and it was timing of Divios getting a triple kill that propelled him to 3-1 when he was pretty much losing the lane. Just in the sense of aggression, which was forcing guards to rotate over there as well. So really, this is going to be very hard for COG Gaming. TSM isn't a team who's just going to be like, oh yeah, you guys can get back into this. They're going to always force these fights. I mean, Gold Fury's going to be up in 230. COG has to... They have to get a pick on someone, and I don't know who it is.
Basically, COG's problem right now is their target prioritization. In that last fight, as I said, they missed a lot of their things. They didn't exactly miss them, Scott. Nope. They hit Athena. Yeah. Which is not who you want to hit. Unfortunately, Ionic just a little bit too tanky.
Just a smidge.
I mean, we're just under the 20-minute mark, and at this point, you know, you're not exactly full build, but you've got a lot. Right here is the cat block coming out with the Athena, and there's Hades as well. Just a matter of time. Who gets the kill? Taunt comes in, damage goes out, but Mitigate Wounds is alive, so Hercules being able to get out, not quite. Gar says no, Cat says yes.
Boosh is here as well. Trident activated. Still pushing them. They all dodge as Xbalanque Ultimate. That right lane, aka solo lane, so far shoved up. And Mass is just going to get pushed out of here. Stone Shield will go down on cooldown.
Taunt coming out from Athena. Not the ability taunt, but the constant revving that we hear from that Athena is pretty much a taunt in all shapes and forms.
Look at this. He's shoved all the way up to the Phoenix. And finally someone's going to rotate around, but they can't fight him. He's level 19.
And that's the beauty. That's really what Hades brings to the table, Scott, in that solo lane, is that he's too tanky to kill and too aggressive to fight.
Yeah.
So you're just afraid of him. He's, you know what he is, Scott?
I'm listening.
Magical Vamana. Hades is a magical Vamana. He doesn't have the late game murder you kill ability, but you don't want to fight him for a number of reasons.
Oh, speaking of not fighting here, Taunt is down. It's going to be on 2. And here comes the boost. Just going to be a little bit late. Kraken's going to be off the mark. Cats will be down as well. Divios pops his ultimate. Jigs is going to say, well, I'm kind of screwed here. Fear no evil. Divios might get taken down. He gets thrown right into the tower. He's going to be able to heal off of his 3, and now he gets out of there as well. Cognitive Gaming holds. Divios is going to go back. He does have teleports, so they have to keep an eye out for that. Boosh is going to slow everyone down. Meanwhile, Snoopy was able to take the tier 2 throughout all of that. Heart Bomb is going to go down. Is he going to get aggressed? Cupid actually is going to shoot forward, but Xbalanque is very safe. He's going to stop this fight with his ultimate. Meanwhile, Mass comes in. Mass overhand smash. Guard says, how dare you look at me? Boosh now still trying to live. Meerkat trying to chase him down. Oh, the beads were good. Boosh lives, and he's going to turn around. He needs to just back. His time here is done.
Aphrodite, all by herself, gets killed by Snoopy. And then they're chasing the Geb. That should go down as well for Cognitive Gaming. Again, just a matter of time. Snoopy gets the kills. You know,
he's clean up, man.
Snoopy's getting a lot of kills that he's just not. I don't want to say that he doesn't deserve. That he doesn't deserve.
Wow.
Surrender vote has started. That's going to be it, folks. A surrender goes down in North America. So 1 in the books. Team SoloMid takes the victory surprisingly very quickly against Cog.
Yeah, Cog known for being very good early on. And I mean, it was really just that one bad play. And it wasn't even a bad play on Cog Gaming. Everything was right. It was just everything was perfect for frickin' TSM. It's nuts. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at the first blood here. I really was not expecting a surrender vote at all.
No.
I wasn't. I understand that things spiraled out of control, but whew. Man.
Yeah, that was definitely a little rough. It ended in a surrender, as you said, but let's take a look how it started off right here with the first blood coming out from, of course, our star right here. It's going to go the way of the monkey. I want to play the monkey character.
Yeah, Hunbats? Love it. It's so good. You know, they started off, they had the early game aggression. Everything was really good. They had great Fear No Evils in places that Divios was completely called out.
Beautiful Fear No Evils.
Fantastic play throughout the entire time for Mask, but they just fell a little bit short. And so now let's go ahead and take a look at the map control here. I'm assuming they won the mid-Harpy battle because early on, they of course, I mean Cognitive Gaming as we look at it. As the game went on, it ended up being 67% in favor of TSM.
But you're 100% right, Scott. When it mattered most, the early to mid-game Harpies, that's really where we saw Cog take a lot of them. I think later in the game, as you said, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. The early Harpies, when they mattered, went to Cog. I think a lot of things went this way. And, you know, earlier before we started this game, I talked a little bit about, in the picks and ban phase, about how Herwind is a player that can be put on tilt and can slide.
Yeah.
Maybe that is unfortunately infectious. This is just, of course, my just conjecture, but maybe it's infectious. You've played professional games. Is a negative attitude like that infectious?
Oh God, yeah. Especially online. Online, there's just, I mean, that's what's different about, you know, FPS and everything. But anyways, taking a look at the player of the game here, no shocker, is the one and only Divios.
Oh yeah.
He started off. It was a little bit shaky, but then he got that huge triple kill, as I've been talking about the entire time in the mid-Harpies, and we'll take a look at it here. I mean, look at this. This is the dream.
This is the perfect one. It comes in second, which is important. You mentioned there's no beads or anything, but if there were, it wouldn't have mattered because he came in second, which is so important to get those mechanics down.
Yeah, and you can just see he just bullies this lane. He goes in, eats the boulder, doesn't worry about it, hits him just on the outside, and it's like, that's the worst possible feeling when you get locked up by a Hades.
It's quicksand.
It's
quicksand.
Annoying.
You're sitting there and you're like, let me out, please. I can't, but we'll let you out. Game 1 is in the books. Team SoloMid takes it. Cognitive Gaming will try and get it at the SPL here, powered by Curse Voice. Stay tuned for Game 2.